See, the red pill has always been a walking contradiction. You cannot find a single clip of love and red pill being in the same sentence. Not in a way of appreciation anyhow. Now, to speak of the dynamics between men and women without mentioning the word love, that must be quite a commitment. Perhaps because love is emotion and God forbid, right? Perhaps because when someone is hurt, it's hard to feel love. Perhaps because when your income is dependent on you saying the same red pill things. Well, but surely there must be some function to this enforced absence of love, and I see only one. That if we could just get rid of love, then we would get rid of fear, because love implies the risk of losing it. Love implies fear, and when people are scared, then people are always profiting. But a man who lives his life avoiding pain is not a man who I admire. I don't find it impressive to weasel your way through life, intellectualizing your fears and convincing other men to do the same. What would be impressive is to just say, I've been hurt in the past. And what would be even more impressive still is to then say, let's run it again. To lead these impressionable young men by the right example. Yes, we'll get hurt. Isn't it beautiful? No, we can't avoid it, so why bother? To you, the hero, the lover, the risk taker, the real man, let's give you a podcast instead, because the red pill is dead. In my opinion, you should never trust someone whose income is attached to him staying the same. Imagine if Fresh and Fit or any of these other red pill YouTubers would suddenly talk about love. So I understand it. If I was them, I would do the same. But it is important for us men to never listen to someone who has not the intention of truth and growth. So let me give you a quick run through as we bury the red pill for good and explore the superior path forward. The red pill is creating a generation of fearful, hurt, and weak men under the facade of strength. And here's 8 reasons to illustrate it.
Fuck off the show, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
When there is a focus on the negative and it's delivered negatively, you will become negative. Simple as that. An obsession on logic and statistics means that you will become nihilistic in your life. The red pill creates adversity between men and women, which is not your nature. Love, which is a massive pillar of our existence, isn't mentioned within this rhetoric. And this should be a massive red flag. Pointing fingers to the other side always means a lack of responsibility, which isn't quite masculine if you ask me. When you are told that vulnerability is weakness, then you are hearing that from a man who has never admitted a mistake.
You have only one place in your heart for one woman, or you want to have one woman in your heart, I think you said. Why don't you just commit to one and choose to be faithful to her?
I'm just not wired that way. It's not how I am.
You think that might be a limited mindset?
I think it's none of your business, but I don't want you to think I'm triggered by you. I'm not.
Okay.
And lastly, the red pill only includes a few relevant stepping stones, which are vet women and build your value as a man, but not for the red pill reasons, but rather for reasons within yourself. So what are those negative effects of men that have stayed within the red pill for a long time? Things that we can be sure of, things that we can confirm. And you will catch yourself thinking or feeling negatively towards the women that you meet or see in life. And this very clearly has opened up a cycle within men where you become more resentful and therefore have less options with women, because that resentfulness is not quite helping you attract women. And so you go into this negative cycle where eventually you go your own way, right? Or you take the black pill or any of these things, not because you have a choice. And even more importantly, it promotes empty goals such as status and material success, which eventually, paradoxically, makes you the type of man that competes on these subjects, attracting the very women that they are trying to avoid. Man, listen, this is just some points I wrote down in 50 minutes. I could go on and on. This path simply isn't it. It is time to bury it. So what is next? No more pills. Not a black pill, not a red pill, not a blue pill, Let's stop with the pills, okay? And I can describe it to you very easily. Natural masculinity means that we care about purpose. Our purpose goes before everything else because it trickles down into everything else. All material goals are to design a life that we want to live, to secure ourselves and our families. And this will actually happen because as we care about purpose, we care about providing value and serving this world, always making this a natural consequence of our purpose. Second, we care about excellence because we have personal inclinations, gifts, talents, resources, and why not use them? Third, responsibility. What can we do to lead by example? How can we make this better? Focusing on our effort rather than what's happening in the world. Integration, because the male frequency is tender aggression. This has been coined by the great Elliot Hulse back in the days. Our frequency is generally stable and we must be able to go up and down at will. So that means integrating all the parts within ourselves because, well, it's part of us. Fifth, being conscious. Let's understand our ego and not be consumed by it. Let's be present and not live in our technology. Loving, because everything that we do is out of love, right? Let's be honest. Let's stop being afraid using the word love. Let's talk about love. We're human beings. Everything that gets us men out of bed is based in love. So let's make it a cornerstone of what we're going to do next. And lastly, our masculine duties: protect, provide, and lead. Not because it sounds cool, because it's wired in our system and it makes us feel good. It literally raises our testosterone. So let's stop hiding from it. Let's express it. Not because it sounds cool, but because it's part of us. If anything that I've said aligns with you, then subscribe and join us. And then also stay tuned because the community is going to launch soon. And I promise you, this is going to be something unlike anything else. If you still want to be one of those first 20 men that pays a ridiculously low price for all your time within the community, then you can put your name on the list below. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Godspeed.